I was going to the gym for fitness, and the gym that I was in, called Bulldogs, had boxing classes on in the back with a boxing ring. There was about 8 bags. There was 2 different rooms to box in, and it was like a good little setup. So I was doing that for fitness, and I was enjoying the training again. And then they were having a show, and there was a girl bout on it, and they'd already had like the opponents matched and everything. I was nothing to do with it in that respect, but he just asked me would I spar his girl Carmen. So I said, yeah, okay, no worries. Don't really know what I'm doing, so like you'll have to explain to me like what I'm going to do, what the rules are. I was never. Yeah, well, I was never a boxing fan either. Like, I'll be honest, I wasn't a boxing fan or anything. I don't really watch telly when I was younger. I like to just go out and play out. That's how my dad had brought me up. So for me, like, I hadn't really got into anything like that in terms of like watching the telly religiously, waiting for fights and things. So I don't really know anything about it in terms of the IQ or anything really. And then, safe to say, like after the spar, she was like, "No, boxing's not for me. It's one thing doing pads and bags; it's another thing being punched in the face." So, and then I loved it. I actually really loved it. So he was just like, "Right, she didn't want to do the show. We have sold loads of tickets on the basis that there's going to be a woman bout. It's like interesting. It still wasn't a massive thing when I started. So are you going to take a place or, you know?" So I was like, yeah, right then. So did it with 5 weeks training, lost it, but it wasn't like a clear decision. We were stood in the middle of the ring, not even boxing. We were just like a phone box, throwing punch after punch, like stood toe to toe. Then I go back to my corner and like, what are you doing? Like box, get on your jab, go back out toe to toe, middle of the ring, every round. So I can't say how they picked a winner off that because it was absolutely terrible. I'm guessing they just thought who looked the better one out of this terrible show. So after that, I decided not sure if I want to fight again. It was a bit embarrassing, a bit nerve-wracking. So it knocked my confidence a little bit.
You were working full time at one point as well as training, right? How did that work out? That must have been really difficult.
I still am, but I'm in a different.
You still
job,
are now, right?
Yeah, but it's a much better job in terms of for boxing. So yeah, I was painting and decorating. I was doing like grueling days. So like, I was getting up at 5, and if we were working away, I was setting off on the motorway no later than 6. But if I wasn't, I was going to go for a run before. So I would either exercise or I'd be on the motorway at work. And then we'd do our full day's graft. I'd finish at 4:30 in the evening. I would then drive to Manchester, which is about an hour with no traffic. With traffic, you're looking at about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Sometimes it was longer because at the time there was loads of roadworks on the motorways. So it was horrendous. Then I'd get there for about 6 p.m. So bearing in mind, I've been out of the house 12 to 14 hours by the time I get there. Right. And then I've got to do a session. So I'm knackered. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I've tried not to drink as much water so that I don't need a wee on the motorway because I know I'm getting stuck in traffic. So I'm probably dehydrated. Sometimes I'm like falling asleep on the motorway whilst I'm driving, and this is so dangerous. Wow. So then I'm doing this session and I'm absolutely dying. I'm tired. I feel unfit. I feel sluggish. I feel slow. And then I'm finishing about between 7 and 8 p.m, then driving back to Blackpool, which was another hour because there was no traffic in the evening. So you're looking at another hour in the morning. I was getting home at 9 o'clock at night from being out the house from gone 5, 6 a.m. It was horrendous. And I did it.
That's complete dedication.
I did it for nearly 9 months. I only moved my job to Manchester a month ago. So I was doing it for all that time. And I've been with Arnie like 10 months now, or something like, maybe a bit longer than 10 months, between like 10 and 11 months. And yeah, I was doing it right up until about a month ago.
Holy crow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's dedication for your craft. Honestly, yeah. It's amazing.
So I found a new coach and changed over managers. So I'm now with Alfie Warren. Right. And yeah, so found Arnie, and to be honest, Arnie was just as like dedicated as me in terms of like his last like pro session was about 4 o'clock latest. Right. So he used to wait till 6 for me to get to the gym, then train me. So do you know, like he was slugging it out as well. So we were both like dead, and we were giving everything, like everything we had. But he just said like he'd never seen anyone as dedicated as that, and you know, if I was willing to give that amount and do what I was doing, that he didn't mind waiting them a couple of hours at night time. So, you know, I'm very, very lucky, to be honest, to have found Arnie. So yeah, that was my coach for the 9 months of doing that. Yeah.
You know what? And honestly, your coach did you well, man, because that pro debut was a nice one.
By the time we got there, got our gloves on, warmed up, and we were in and out, and it was a great experience. To be honest, I think I could have boxed better, but I was just like so eager to get out of there, like to get there and show what we'd been working on in the gym, that I just like, now I look at it and I like attacked her. I didn't leave her alone. So
no,
yeah. But after she come up to me and she went, because I weighed in a bikini and like I had my fake tan done and my hair and everything. And after it, she went, I look at you at weigh-in yesterday. I think easy. And
really,
yeah. And she went. But you're very strong.
Yeah.
And then we exchanged numbers and she said, please, can I get a picture with you? So I was like, yeah. And she told me a bit about like herself. So she's actually a dentist. She works in a dentist in Hungary, I think it is. Or Bulgaria. I can't remember where she was from now. But wherever she lives, she works in a dentist as a dental nurse. And she just does this obviously for money. But yeah, she likes to get in there and sort of do the rounds, whatever. But she's been around so long. She really like has been in the game a very long time. She fought Jane Couch 3 times, so that's like, you know, going way back when. So yeah, it was a nice experience. She was dead nice after. And like when the video, when someone sent me the video, I sent it. I said, I don't know if you want to see it, but you know, here's the video if you want it. And she put lol, thank you. So yeah, she's lovely. So yeah,
we have a question from one of our viewers who's watching. Who inspired you to get involved professionally in boxing?
I wouldn't say anyone inspired me to get in professionally. What actually happened was I fell into the sport, went and fought on the road, and just absolutely fell in love with the sport and thought, this is what I need to do. So I guess I was my own inspiration, because the only person that made me want to do it was me fighting. So yeah, that was it really. There was no inspiration. But then shortly after, I watched a documentary of Katie Taylor's called KT, and it was about her life, her boxing, everything that had led up to, like, you know, her world title defenses and stuff like that. And you know, that was inspirational. And after that, I just was like, right, like, you know, this is the goal I want to do, and this is where I'm going. So yeah, she's inspirational, but no one inspired me to get into boxing. I can't lie and say that it didn't happen like that, unfortunately.
Self-motivated.
Yeah, always.
We definitely will be supporting you throughout your career. Thank you for coming on today, man. It was a great pleasure. I know our fans around the world are going to definitely love this interview. It was a great time. We will invite you back just before or after your next fight.
Let's do it after date, so we can chat.
Yeah, yes, definitely. That date again is the 26th of March. There you go, fans. You've heard it there. Hannah Baggaley. March 26th. You don't want to miss it, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
And a big shout out to all my sponsors. You're amazing, and I couldn't do this without you.
Yes.
Definitely plug those sponsors.
Yeah.
Yes, so Knuckle Up fans, thanks for tuning in to another wonderful episode of Knuckle Up at 4 with Mike Gore, featuring myself and Cedric Ben in the den, and our special guest today, Hannah Baggaley. Watch out for this girl, man. Force to be reckoned with. Definitely a hurricane. We'll have her back in the studio after her next fight. Make sure you watch this girl. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another wonderful episode, new prospect. And don't forget, I think we have a friend of yours coming by on Friday. Hannah Rankin is stopping by for an interview. So.
Oh, yeah, she was lovely. She was amazing.
Yes. So, yes, thank you again, Hannah. It was great. And to all our fans, man, we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.